For more, let's bring in Nebraska Republican Senator Deb Fischer. Senator, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Rich. Good to be here.
So your Democratic colleagues have had some things to say about what DNI Gabbard has released. Senator Mark Warner writes, it seems DNI Gabbard is unaware that the years-long Russia investigation carried out by the Senate Intelligence Committee reaffirmed that the Russian government directed extensive activity against U.S. election infrastructure ahead of the 2016 election. This conclusion was supported on a unanimous basis by every single Democrat and Republican on the committee. Is there anything really new here in the DNI's charges, or?
Yeah, you know, I haven't seen a report. I haven't read any of the information, but obviously she's concerned. I think it needs to be turned over to the Attorney General, see what they think about it. But boy, if this is true, what she is saying about this information, and if it pans out, it's very, very serious.
You're going to begin working on appropriations soon. The Congress just cut $9 billion from the previous fiscal year's appropriations to the current fiscal year's appropriations. There has been some criticism from Republicans that that's just not enough. Do you think there needs to be another rescissions package before you begin to appropriate in the future?
Well, in the Appropriations Committee, we're working on our subcommittees. We've already passed 4 bills out of the full committee. Hopefully, we'll take those up before we are on our August recess. The rescissions package was a good start. You know, everybody who runs for office, myself included, we say we're going to cut waste. We're going to find the fraud that's there and the abuse. We're doing that. It's slow. It's hard work, but being able to work with the administration on it and have an administration that's interested in making these cuts as well, that's really important. We're going to turn the corner here. We're going to make some cuts. This is only 1/10 of 1% of the federal budget, but it is a beginning, what we did in the rescissions package. Now we need to work together with the White House and get the appropriations bills done.
When you look at where you can get the savings from, the overwhelming part of federal spending are federal entitlements, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. To really get at this problem, is there any other way other than changing those programs?
You know, we have to prioritize what is the duty of a federal government. Obviously, national security, Social Security. We need to keep our promise to our seniors. We need to keep our promise to those who are on Medicare. But we have to look at programs like Medicaid, which is something, you know, the House looked at and made some deeper cuts than the Senate did. But to be able to really identify who should be the beneficiaries of Medicaid. I happen to believe it should be those who the program was set up to serve. Children, pregnant women, seniors, disabled population in this country. If you're able to work, you should work. And we had that as part of this package. And so I think if we can, again, bend the curve, get back to what a core duty of the federal government is, we can make those changes.
Some of the things that are coming out of the White House this week involve artificial intelligence, and there is a lot of anxiety around artificial intelligence. Fox News polling has showed that while people think it's going to be good for society, a good percentage-wise, that has improved. There's still a lot of people who are scared of it. So do you think that the U.S., that the federal government needs to get involved in reining it in, or should it be supercharging it?
You know, I think it's a balance. Great news that came out of Pennsylvania this week when we look at the technology innovation that's going to happen, the focus on energy dominance. That's huge. It's going to take a lot of energy to run AI. But what we need to keep in mind are the threats that this country faces. And those threats are coming from China when we're talking about artificial intelligence. The United States needs to be a leader there. We need to have that innovation and step forward and lead and dominate this part of what I think would be a huge, huge engine for our economy.
The president is asking Senate Majority Leader John Thune to cancel August recess, end long weekends so that you can get judicial nominees, his judicial nominees, through the U.S. Senate. Do you support that?
I support the president, and you'll see that the Senate, we have done a record number of confirmations already, and that's in dealing really with the obstruction from our folks on the other side of the aisle. They are making us use every bit of time that you can use in the Senate for nominations that usually were done by voice vote, that come out of committee, on a strong bipartisan vote. They just want to slow everything down. They want to be obstructionists. If we have to stay here on weekends, we do it. If we need to stay here in August, we'll do it. And the Democrats better realize we are here to do our job, and they better step up and do theirs. Is it really fair to the American people that we don't have people in place in agencies who are able to address their concerns, who are able to answer their questions, who are able to make a federal government run more smoothly? Because the way they're acting, they don't seem to care much about the American people being able to have a government that's going to work smoothly.
All right, Senator Deb Fischer,
be here.
Thanks so much.
You bet.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.